I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ha Rekak Wadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright? So today the Spirit has me in Isaiah 24th chapter, verse 1. Behold, Yahawah maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. Alright, so, verse 2. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. And really it's just talking about some judgment coming on all the wicked and the heathen, the 2/3. Verse 3. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for Yahawah hath spoken his word. Alright? When World War III happens, when World War III occurs, it's going to be fought with nuclear missiles. Alright? Nuclear fire. So you ain't going to have nothing after the World War III. Alright? The elite, the rich that skip off to the bunkers, yeah, they'll be preserved, but only for a moment, because the men of the Lord will become hunters in that day and hunt them out of the rocks, seek them out of the rocks that they hide under. It tells you that in Revelation chapter 6, alright? Verse 4. The earth mourneth, and the hunters part is actually in Jeremiah 16:16. But we're going to hunt them out of their bunkers, those elite. Like I say, that's in Revelation 6. Verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Alright? And let's get that word languish to get a better understanding. It means failing to make progress or be successful. See? Lose or lack vitality, grow weak or feeble. See? This is what's going to happen. So the pride right now, they're not going to have no progress, and they're going to be weak and feeble. You know, they're not going to be haughty no more. They're not going to be proud no more. Because that's what that word haughty means. The earth also is defiled, verse 5, is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. So this whole place is defiled. That's why it has to be burned with nuclear fire, because fire is a cleansing agent, and so that's what's going to be needed to cleanse this place of its wickedness. You know, it's so defiled, it has to be blasted with nuclear fire and also chariot fire. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Alright? And what's that curse is going to be those missiles and those chariots. Those are modern day plagues and curses. Let me see if I can get that verse. It's Zechariah 5:3. Zechariah saw a chariot, right? And let's read it. Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. So he saw a chariot, right? A so-called UFO. And then it says, Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. See? So these chariots are a curse to the earth. All right, not only the missiles, but also the chariots. There's salvation for the elect, because Matthew 24:31 tells you that all the angels are going to be gathering the elect. All right, but the angels, which are the chariots, they're the ones who operate the chariots. They are in the chariot. They are the chariot. You know, it's something we can't behold or understand. You know, but Yahawah told Zechariah that it's a curse that's going to go over the face of the earth. All right. So not only are the missiles a curse, but the chariots are going to be a curse to the wicked and the heathen. But they will be salvation unto the elect. Like it tells you that in Matthew 24:31. Alright, but I'm going to go back to Isaiah 24 and verse 6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. See? So you're gonna have the men that are in the bunkers left, but they're gonna be hunted down. But you're gonna have the remnant, the elect, you know. Those that are gonna walk through the fire. Alright, it's not gonna touch the elect. It's not gonna harm the elect. This is what is it? Isaiah 54:17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai, and the righteousness is of me, saith Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. So if we're the elect, our righteousness is from Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai, and it's our heritage. All right. So this shows you it's a heritage. You can't be a Moabite or an Edomite or an Ishmaelite. You can't be a heathen and be a servant of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. That's why you only see the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans have the spirit to go out and teach in these camps that you see popping up all over the world. All right. But again, no weapon formed against us can prosper, not even a nuclear missile. All right. Now we'll go to Zechariah. It shows back to Zechariah 13:8 and 9. Because guess what? We're going to walk through the fire, man. It says, verse Zechariah 13:8, And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. He's talking about Israel, all right? So 2 parts of Israel are going to be cut off. That's why we always say the 2/3. And the 1/3 is going to be left therein. Why? Because they're the remnant. There's 1/3 of the people that are going to hearken to this truth, listen to these words, and believe them. All right? Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire. And that's that third part is the 1/3 that believes and hearkens, and believes and listens and believes the prophets who the Lord has set up by the spirit of power of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. Alright? It says, And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, It is my people, and they shall say, Yahawah Bashem Yahshai is my power. Alright? So now we go back to Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 7. It says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, and the noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. Alright? So during this time, there's going to be no mirth, which is laughter, meaning happiness. People are going to be, and they're already on a low level. It's coming, because this whole COVID operation that the Esau Edom has put on all over the planet Earth. What you're seeing happen is these people are losing their mirth, right? I mean, there's some of them still in darkness. They think America's going to be healed, but that's because they're in darkness. They believe that it's going to be healed when they don't know the will of Yahawah Bashem Yahshai is to destroy this place. Alright? It says in verse 9, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. See? And that strong drink is this truth. It's bitter to them when they find out, oh shit, Babylon, America's gonna be destroyed, you know? It's gonna be bitter. They're gonna be bitter. That's what America means, bitter. Alright? The city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Alright, and the city of confusion is Babylon, America. It's literally called Babylon, which means confusion. Babble, you know. When someone's babbling, you're confused. You don't understand what they're saying. That's the same thing as America. Babylon, America. It's a confusing place. That's why the men want to be women and the women want to be men. And when you watch their entertainment, they push these women dressed like men. And then they push the men dressed like women. And so that they use the Israelites to push their wickedness. And that's why the whole earth, this is the city of confusion, man. The elder Gabar always talks about it. There's a song from Genesis, and it's called The Land of Confusion, and it's talking about America. You know, go check out that video by Genesis, The Land of Confusion. Verse 11. There is crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. See? This place is going to be annihilated by the missiles and the chariots. Because Yahawah Bashem Yahshai is going to put the spirit on all these other nations, these heathen nations, to start firing missiles at America. Alright? America's going down, man. It's weak. It's not the superpower that it was in the past. Alright? Like the elder was saying, you know, there's a lot of signs, but just one thing is when you look on at the vehicles that are driving past you, 8 out of 10 of those are foreign cars, man, and the American cars that they make, they have foreign parts in them. You know, made in China, made in Japan, you know. This is weakening the nation. And that's just one aspect, you know. What is that verse? Has thou become like us, you know? Let's get that real quick. Has thou become weak like us? Isaiah 14:10. And it says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? And I'll keep reading. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? So Babylon America weakens the nations, and Lucifer, that means light bearer. Right now, this is the light bearer of the wicked planet Earth, America. Everybody thinks, because light is symbolic for knowledge and wisdom. Everybody is like, oh, we got to get to America in the past. Now it's like, shit, we got to leave America is the sentiment. But through the wisdom, we know we don't have to leave, man. We know the deliverance is going to take place here in America. Where you're going to be gathered out of the whole four corners of the earth. But the biggest gathering is going to take place in Babylon. Alright? But again, this place has become weak like the other nations and vulnerable. Eventually, the Lord's going to put the Spirit on these nations to start blasting them. Alright? And in the words of my daughter, 8-year-old daughter, America is going to get missiled up. Alright? Kahalau Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahushai. Alright? This is verse 24, chapter 24, verse 13. This is the future of America, man. If you're not on the right side of this thing, you're going to be part of that destruction. You're not going to be able to walk through the fire. Only the 1/3, and that's the people that listen to this truth and believe it. Alright? Verse 13. When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and a gleaning as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. See? Shaking an olive tree, man. If you're shaking an olive tree, that thing's going down, man. That's America. Verse 14. And all the leaves and everything that's on that olive tree is going to fall to the ground, This Bible is written in parables and metaphors, man. And only the elect can understand and receive this knowledge. Verse 14. They shall lift up their voice, they shall sing for the majesty of Yahawah, they shall cry aloud from the sea. Wherefore glorify ye Yahawah in the fires, even the name of Yahawah, the power of Israel in the isles of the sea. From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even glory to righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yeah, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. See? And what is that? That's the Yahawah putting the Spirit on all these nations to destroy this place, man. Dealing with it treacherously. Alright? Verse 17. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. Alright? So you're going to have the inhabitants of the earth, it's going to be trapped. This America is a big giant trap. Because it doesn't teach you righteousness. It teaches you wickedness and confusion. So that's why you're going to have great fear when you see all the chariots and the missiles are hit. You get a text on your cell phone saying, oh, the missiles just got shot to your city from Russia or China or somewhere in Europe, You're going to have a fear. But you're not going to have no comforter. The men of the Lord have a comforter. We have Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahushua. We have the faith that we will go up in those chariots. You see? So-called UFOs are going to save us, man. Which are the angels. Verse 18. That's a different lesson. But, if you've been in this truth long enough, you know what verses to pull out for that, If you don't know anything about that, then you probably ain't part of the elect, man. This truth probably ain't for you. If you don't seek it out and be hastily, meaning fast, get this knowledge, start reading, start studying, repent, Verse 18, and it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit. So see, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit will be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. See, so no matter where you turn, it's going to be danger and traps in this day. You know, there's no, you can't be delivered from the hand of Yahawah Shem Yahushai if it's ordained for you to get fucked up or destroyed or put in, trapped. Let's get that real quick. But Yahawah Shem Yahushai, he can deliver his people, But if you're not on the right side, you can't be delivered from that destruction, man. Let's get Isaiah 43. Yeah, before the day was, I am he, and there is none that can deliver out of my hand. I will work, and who shall let it? See? So nobody can be delivered if Yahawah Shem Yahushua is coming for your ass. Whether he uses a missile or he uses a UN soldier, a trap, a pit, whatever it is, you're not going to be delivered. If he's got that notion to kill your ass, you're not going to get delivered, But on the contrary, we'll go to Jeremiah 15 and 21. It says, I will deliver thee out of the hand of the wicked, and I will redeem thee out of the hand of the terrible. See? So there's 1/3. It's, hey, we're going to get delivered. Lord willing, I'm part of that number. Lord willing, I'm in the elect. We call ourselves the hopeful elect. But you see, there's a deliverance, and then there's a destruction, and people who are not going to be delivered. You won't be delivered out of the hand of Yahawah Shem Yahushai. So we go back to Isaiah 24, and I'm at 19. The earth is utterly broken down, and the earth is clean, dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. All right, so there's the result. Now the earth is clean. Once the destruction and the fire comes, and the wickedness all the wicked are sacrificed, because like the elders always say, America is a big giant altar for sacrifice. All right, and all these fucking homos and lesbians and transgenders and I just seen a story that the brother posted. It's talking about a woman is she's carrying the baby for her gay son, and his boyfriend's and his husband's that they're gonna raise a kid in that situation. The two men and the mom's carrying the son of the two gay men. Is madness. All that shit's gonna be dissolved, and the earth is gonna be clean. You're not gonna have no fucking woman enabling her gay son to have a child through her, which is some wicked ass shit. This place can't get no more wicked, man. Just when you think it can't, it does. That's what's fucked up. Verse 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. See? So the earth is gonna. When you see your uncle, he's drunk at the wedding. You know what I'm saying? What's he doing? Shaking to and fro, ready to fall. That's what the earth's gonna do at the impact of those missiles. What else is gonna cause the earth to shake like a drunkard? 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahawah shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. See? And who's going to visit them? Yahawah Shem Yahshai, man. And this is not going to be a happy visit, you know. It's not going to be somebody you're happy to see, because he's coming with destruction and a sword, you know. The kings of the earth, man, they're going to be fucked up. Why? Because they all they all fornicate with Esau, man. They're all in bed with the so-called white man. All the heathen nations. You know, all you got to do, look at the way of life in all these nations. These heathen are following suit after the so-called white man. You know, even though they don't like him, and eventually they're gonna burn the Americans up. You know, which is Babylon. But this whole place is gonna get destroyed, man. Verse 23. Then the moon shall be confounded and the sun ashamed when Yahawah Shem Yahshai of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem and before his ancients gloriously. See? And who are the ancients? Those are those ancient spirits which are put into, which is wisdom. You know, these certain spirits have wisdom, and it enters into the souls of righteous men and make us friends with Yahawah Shem Yahushai. Let me get that real quick. Let me see. God, mine went blank. This is talking about wisdom, all right? But it brought up the ancients because the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets, meaning everybody is reincarnated, everybody is brought back multiple times, and the wisdom enters into the prophet's soul each and every time he comes back. All right? If you're a prophet now, you were a prophet in the ancients. That's why I'm reading this. Wisdom of Solomon 7:27, and being but one, talking about wisdom, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. Because through this wisdom, the men who are in this knowledge and this truth, the head of the elect, you know, the head of Israel, the 144,000 prophets, we always say they're all men. Well, the wisdom enters into our souls. Let's read it. And in all ages, and she makes us new, right? This wisdom is what made us new. We have a new way of thinking. We have a new way of looking at this place, you know? Because Yahawah Shem Yahushai pulled us out of darkness and we entered into his marvelous light. All right? So it says, wisdom makes us new, and in all ages, entering into holy souls. And holy soul, holy means true, truthful. You know? She maketh them friends of Yahawah and prophets. So when you have this wisdom, now you can teach. Now you have wisdom. The word prophet means preacher, teacher. Alright? You can't, if you don't have wisdom, you're not a prophet. There's a lot of prophets, but if they're not teaching according to the Holy Spirit, which is the words in this book, well then you're a false prophet. But if you're waxing strong and the Yahawah Shem Yahushua is dealing with you and you have the Spirit on you to teach, and the Spirit doesn't fizzle out on you, well then, you know, you're a hopeful elect, man. You're a hopeful prophet, you know. Let me read verse 28. For Yahawah loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. You see? And that's a beautiful verse, man. It tells you right there, Yahawah doesn't love you if you don't have wisdom, which wisdom is the Holy Bible. If you're one of those people that says, "Oh, I believe this part of the Bible, but not this part of the Bible," well, guess what? You're a fucking fool, and you don't have no wisdom, and He don't love you. And in that day, you think He's gonna save from the destruction? You think He's gonna save you if He don't love you? The answer is no. He's only gonna save his elect, man. Starting out with his prophets, all right? The 144,000. All right, so with that, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ha-Rakak-Wadash. Double honors goes out to the other apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akim who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright, Shalom to the elect.